What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 6 of the Faith Moves Mountains series. Today I have Charissa with me and I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, I am Hector's friend Charissa. We met through flight sport and I have the pleasure of being here on the Faith Moves Mountain series today. I am a personal trainer by trade and I'm really passionate about health and fitness, so I'm super excited to be here and to share this passion for fitness too.
In today's video, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go over a leg workout at the end, but first and foremost, I'm gonna let Charissa tell her story, and then we're also gonna wrap up the series, post-competition, finding balance in your diet, and then making fitness a part of your day that doesn't take up too much time. All right, stay tuned and watch the rest of the video. Thank you for joining.
We're gonna start with a barbell back squat. This is my favorite movement when it comes to leg day. The emphasis on your central nervous system is huge. So remember, you don't wanna be under load for too long. So here we're gonna start 4x20. 4x20, that's right. So we're gonna choose a weight that we can move 20 reps. We're gonna start light here. Charissa started with the barbell, so it's a 45-pound barbell and 25s. That's a weight that she feels comfortable moving for 20 reps, and that's where she's gonna stay at. It's easy to knock out improper reps here, so make sure you go full range of motion. Next, we're gonna go into leg press, 5 sets of 15, and the last set, so you'll do 5 sets of 15, the 6th set in essence, will be 100 reps. A century ride. So this is a good one. Again, make sure 15 reps is pretty high. Make sure, so Charissa started with 4 plates, 2 on each side. I started with weight that I felt I could move for 15 reps and an increase from there.
Oh, that one hurt so bad.
Make sure those feet are shoulder width apart, bringing those knees to your chest and then squeezing. But remember, don't lock out. Keep a slight bend to the knee. On the 100 reps, go until failure. So if you notice here, we're gonna go ahead and remove a plate one at a time. When Charissa gave me the nod, or when I give her the nod, she removes or I remove a plate, and then we push from there. All right, we're moving into the barbell walking lunges. Now, walking to the barbell walking lunges hurt really bad. My legs are locking out on me. So here we're gonna go. We did 3 sets. Choose a place. We did about 20 steps, about that. Taking bigger steps. Again, with the lunge, it's crazy. So if you stand, take a step out to the left, but make sure you go out at an angle far enough so that when you drop down, and don't slam your knee down, that forward leg has a 90-degree bend to it. Keep that torso upright. If you've never done lunges, don't use the weight. Go weightless and just use your body weight, especially after doing 5 sets of 15 and 100 rep burnout. It's gonna hurt. Seated leg extension 4x10 with a 12 quarter rep burnout, followed by heel elevated plate squats, and I'm gonna do 20 reps on this. Now, Clarissa suffered from an ACL injury from her high school days, and then she re-aggravated not too long ago. So she chose to do side step lunges. You can try either one. They're both effective, they're both great. So once I get done, I'm gonna extend my legs out, engage that quad, and I'm gonna lower the weight a quarter of the way and then squeeze it back up for 12 reps. That's really gonna create blood flow to that muscle and it's gonna burn like crazy. As soon as I'm done, I'm stepping off and walking over to that plate. I'm gonna elevate my heels on it by stepping on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and squat, holding that plate to my chest for 20 reps. If you can go longer, go longer. Maybe you should increase the weight if you're knocking out 40 or 50. So just kind of play with it. Now Charissa's gonna come off of it and she's gonna go over, grab that same plate. She's gonna start with step out lunges. She's gonna step out laterally, lunge, come back up. step out, she's gonna hit 90 degrees, come back up. So she wants to step out and make sure that her body's upright and she's sending her hips back and down low enough to a 90-degree position and then coming back up. Make sure it's safe and you're driving off that foot that you send out. Then she's stepping into the heel elevated plate squat, and same thing, looking for that 90 degrees. She has more flexibility than I do, so her reps look a lot better. But as long as you hit 90 degrees, you're fine.
I've always been into health and fitness. I actually got my bachelor's degree in kinesiology because I decided that I wanted to help people in the physical dimension of their lives. So I became a personal trainer by trade and started working in the fitness, industry as a manager and as a personal trainer. And, through a series of years, I decided I wanted to compete in bodybuilding. So really just wanted to challenge myself and set myself a personal goal to see if I could accomplish it. So my motives for getting into my first bikini show were purely just wanting to step out of my comfort zone and see if I could do it. And I was so nervous. The thought of sticking to training and sticking to a diet, I did not think I could do it, let alone get on stage in an itty bitty bikini. Growing up, I actually really struggled with body image, so the thought of getting on stage in this tiny little suit was terrifying. But I stuck to the prep, I stuck to the training, and my show was one of the best days of my life because by the grace of God, I got my pro card at my first show, and it was the best day of my life. Being on stage and just shining and showing off all my hard work was incredible and amazing. But I didn't anticipate the rebound that was going to happen after the show. So within, a couple of months, I had gained all the weight that I had lost back, and I was a normal, healthy, active, young female, and so gaining all this weight back, plus some, it was really a struggle, and I was really unhappy in my body. I was really unhappy with where I was. So I thought okay, I'll do another prep, I'll do another show. I earned my pro card, so I should. And there was definitely a lot of shame and guilt there because it was I'm this health and fitness professional, I should have it together, and here I am struggling, and I earned my pro card, this isn't what pro bikini athletes do. So prepped for my second show and ended up qualifying in that pro show for the World Championships. And the World Championships, 2 weeks later, I placed third, and that was just a whirlwind, and I couldn't believe it. But again, 3 months later, gained all the weight back, all plus some, and it was just a vicious cycle, if you will. And I did this for 3 years. On the outside, people thought I had it all together, and that competing and having your pro card was all glitz and glamour, and on the inside, I was dead. And finally, after doing this for 3 years, I was able to look in the mirror and kind of get over my denial and tell myself what you're doing is not healthy. And I had a dream that I could get back to a place where I could have a healthy relationship with food, a healthy relationship with my body, a healthy relationship with training and fitness, because I wasn't there. I dreaded going to the gym because I was so uncomfortable in my body. I dreaded going out to eat because I was worried that I was gonna eat something that wasn't on my plan, or I was gonna fall face first into 5,000 calories of food and eat myself into oblivion. So it just was not healthy, and so I finally decided, with a lot of resistance, to give it all up, because when you've been doing something for 5 years, when you've been competing and you've been tracking your macros for 5 years, and that's everything that you were, you were placing all of your identity, your value, and your worth in all of this, to give it up, you're who am I gonna be without all of these things that I was trying to force myself to be? And I just realized that it was a lot of me just seeking this emptiness that was inside of me, seeking fulfillment, seeking validation, just seeking happiness. And being on the show, being that stage lean after the show, I still wasn't happy. I still didn't find what I was looking for. So finally, I gave it all up and let myself just do whatever I needed to do, with giving up fitness for a little bit, giving up tracking food, and just letting my body kind of normalize and get back to a place where, I would eat when I was hungry, and I would stop eating when I was full, and I would eat what I wanted to eat, even if that meant I wanted to go get ice cream, and I would let myself enjoy it without the guilt and the shame and the mental prison of beating yourself up because you weren't meeting this high standard that you had for yourself. And during that entire process too, I was really trying to force myself to be this influential fitness, like bodybuilding person on social media, and about a year and a half ago I realized like I don't know what's truly me anymore, or what's me just trying to get people to say like you're awesome, like you rock, because like I couldn't find that myself. And I also decided to give that all up. I deleted all of my social media, all of anything that I was doing. I had a podcast at that time, and I just realized that I wanted to get back to a place where it was truly me and I was happy and the real me in real life without having to post or do things because I wanted people to validate me, and just wanted to get back to my roots. And I'm so thankful to say that I've found health, I've found balance again, and I didn't know how lost I was while I was in the middle of it. So I truly feel that there are probably people out there that are lost, that are struggling, that have an emptiness inside of them that they're trying to fill with fitness, with social media, with leanness, with bodybuilding, with competing, or it could even be CrossFit or performance. And I'm here to say that there's a better way, and you can find balance, you can find freedom from all of it, and you can be completely and totally healthy in so many aspects. And now I'm super passionate about wanting to help people find that balance, find that sense of like sustainable lifestyle, and be able to enjoy fitness and enjoy having a social life. And that fitness is just a part of it, because when you're competing, it's like what you eat, sleep, and breathe. That is all you do and think about. Where now for me, like movement is a small piece of my life, but there's so many other aspects like social and my faith and recovery, and just actually taking rest time and like stillness to take care of me, because I never did that. But Sunday is where I decide what I'm gonna eat for my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I go grocery shopping for them and I prep them. I'm more of a fan of health and convenience at the same time. I don't spend a ton of time cooking food, so I just like to get healthy things that are more like ready to eat. You know, I boil hard-boiled eggs, I'll get canned salmon, that's kind of my staple for my lunch. And then my weekly routine kind of looks like I wake up around 5 a.m., depends on the day, and I have at least an hour most days, sometimes as little as 30 minutes to meditate, to spend time reading the Bible, spend time praying. And that's really just my way to start my day and to center my day and to be able to be strong like all throughout my day spiritually, and it'll help me just accomplish and like set myself up for success for the rest of the day. And then second up is my workout. I do CrossFit, and I usually train at least 4 times a week. Sometimes I'll train 5 or 6. It really just depends on the week, but I don't stress about it. I love CrossFit because I'm at a point in my life right now where I like to focus on performance and just challenging myself. And with CrossFit too, I can literally just go into the gym, they tell me what to do, the community's awesome, so I get my hour workout in, and then I'm done on with my day and I go to work. And I also spend time in the morning meditating, and I really love journaling. That's a really great way to kind of just like learn about yourself, and also to get your thoughts out and just spend time alone with yourself. And I like to take a lot of recovery time too. Like I'm more of an introvert, so I need time to recover by myself and just read. I really love reading. And I also just recommend like working on goals that are going to challenge you and to make you grow as a person and even professionally. Right now I'm working on my level 1 for precision nutrition, and I'm so stoked about it, because something that I'm so passionate about is nutrition, like eating healthy and helping other people do the same. So I'm really excited to be challenging myself in that aspect and just growing and doing something better for myself professionally. And I also just love to challenge myself professionally. So right now I'm in the interview process of possibly taking on another role. So that's kind of like what my lifestyle looks like and my week looks like as a whole. But I really try to focus and balance and create a lifestyle that's maintainable and something that I enjoy.
Thank you for following the journey again through the series Faith Moves Mountains. I wanted to talk about post-show now. I had a great time. It was a learning experience. I want to talk about some of the struggles. Yes, I am dealing with some of the changes, but I'm okay with it. I understand that my body's going to gain some fat. I understand that I'm not going to look the way I looked on stage. That's not real, as I mentioned many times. That's a very small window in the unhealthy extreme end of fitness. Now, what I'm doing and battling, as Charissa mentioned in her testimony, is finding balance with my food. I overcame that, and I feel good now. That's something I struggled with 2 years ago that I can dive into another series some other time. But I've gained control of that. I understand now the way I look at food, I look at it as fuel. Like a car, right? You run a car on gas or diesel. If your car's a gas engine, you're not gonna put diesel in it because it's gonna have poor performance and it might even die. So that's how I attack food with my body now. Now, leading up to the show, I dedicated to my mother, who passed away May 19th, as you know. I wanted to take on a journey that was gonna not only help me emotionally, but mentally stay in the game and find a small purpose. Like I always say, living a purpose-driven life. So for me, it was just getting on that stage. It was scary. I had people judging me. But most importantly, I wanted to show you that if you put your mind to something, you can go into something where you feel uncomfortable and attack it. Now that the show is done with, I'm gonna go back. If you follow me on social media and who I am, I graduated in May with my MBA, and then I'll start my doctorate in August of next year. So once I start my doctorate, it's gonna be a whole new challenge. It's gonna be 3 years of my life dedicated to education. But at the same time, I find time in the morning to meditate with God, and I find time in the evening before I go to bed to meditate God. So I fit that, and that's crucial. I find time to get a hold of my family. I work 50 hours a week, so everything's balanced out. Some of you look at me like I'm crazy, but we make time for the important things. Now with fitness, I want you to, now that I'm done with the show, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to an hour workout, and that's it, an hour out of my day. This is a little longer because we shot the film, but it's an hour of my day. I'm in, I'm out, and that's it. The kitchen, everything starts in the kitchen, so I'm gonna maintain my caloric intake, calories in, calories out. That's the equation that you should know from episode 2, I believe. So thank you again for watching this. Follow me on social media. I'm gonna go ahead and do some work with Hossein. Stay tuned to the brand, Faith Strong. We're gonna release some really cool stuff, and like I mentioned in my Instagram, we're gonna give 10% back to nonprofits. We're gonna have some releases, t-shirts, and just different cool swag that's faith-driven, faith-inspired, and we have some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. Thank you again. I'll see you.